Oh, man. What's up, folks? Welcome to another live edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, here on the U to the Tube. Oh, man. We got quite a bit to talk about. MrCarolina of the Bleeding Carolina Blue podcast may be joining me soon. I did contact him, so hopefully he'll be joining soon. Uh, well, Carolina Panthers lose another one against the Buffalo Bills by a final score of 31-14. Bubble Tea, Bubble Tea District, what's up? Good to see you. Uh, I got. This bumps us down to a record of 5-9. So things already got off to a really bad start with our kicker, Zane Gonzalez, injuring his quad during pregame warm-ups. So that really started things off badly for this Carolina Panthers team, having our kicker go down. Uh, my only thing in response to that, like, why do they have like Frankie Louvu and Brandon Zylstra and Reggie Bonifant and other folks practicing kickoffs and field goals when we have a punter, Lachlan Edwards? I would think by default he would be getting the biggest bulk of the warm-ups. Like, I don't get that. I really don't get that. Mamba, what's up? The game was closer than what the score shows. Um, Kinda, sort of, in a way. Kinda, sort of. Bubble Tea District, Evan Neal, Charles Cross, or Kenny Pickett. Um, I will take anybody that's not a quarterback. I'll take anybody that's not a quarterback. Mainly offensive line. We gotta go offensive line. Quarterback is not the big priority. It's not the big priority. If we only had Zane, we were in the red zone like 4 times. This is true, and it definitely shows, which was why we had to resort to going for it on fourth down so many times. And I think we've only completed one fourth down conversion the entire time. But yeah, offensive line fell apart. Offensive line gave up 4 sacks. Not only that, I do put some of the blame on coaching because they were calling blitz after blitz after blitz after blitz after blitz. Like, you're supposed to adjust. If you got to shift the protection, if you got to do whatever you got to do to shift the protection, but you can't just keep doing the same thing and not adjusting to the blitz. There were at least 2 drives where Buffalo was just blitzing, like 90% of their plays. Balls getting tipped down, Cam not able to really have an opportunity to escape the pocket. And not only that, I'm going to go ahead and say this, but Cam Irving sucks. Cam Irving sucks. I think there's a fair argument that he may be our worst offensive lineman. Mamba says, what hurts the most is seeing our old players ball out on us. Oh, yeah. Shoot, Effie Obata had 2 sacks. Star Latulele had a sack. AJ Klein had an interception at the end. Like, You know Sean McDermott was like, yeah, buddy. You know Sean McDermott was loving it. But this team is so undisciplined, y'all. Just so undisciplined. The penalties. Just the really, really dumb penalty calls. Brian Burns on the roughing the passer. Bravion Roy getting physical on the sideline after the play. Just stupid stuff. This team finds ways to lose games. It's ridiculous how this team finds a way to screw up a drive and lose a game. Mamba says, I loved Effie Obata ever since we were on All or Nothing. Yeah, he's a great player. Great player. It's been improving, and he's on a good team where he can shine. 4th and 1, and we're throwing wide receiver screens. I mean, yeah, like I said, the interception at the end, it was just that might as well have been a Christmas present to AJ Klein. That was like a just screw it, free interception. And see, a lot of people want to be so quick to hate on Cam, but when you think about it, a lot of our touchdowns since his second return, these last handful of games, a lot of our touchdowns have been from Cam. Keep that in mind. A lot of our touchdowns have been from Cam, whether tossing or running it in. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We got to stop singling people out. Coaching staff, the play calling, just the execution. I mean, and then on defense, I mean, yeah, we were able to get pressure this game. We got 4 sacks. We were able to get pressure. We did get an interception. Jeremy Chin got the interception, which eventually led to a scoring drive. But just, we had missed opportunities. And, it shows. In Bravion Roy's defense, he was being pushed a bit, then he retaliated. I get it, but you gotta stay disciplined. You gotta stay disciplined because you know these things will cost you. Caught up in the moment, let emotion get the best of you. You gotta stay disciplined. Penalties are killers. Penalties are killers. It's so easy to retaliate, but you can't retaliate. You gotta stay disciplined. And this team is not disciplined. This team is not disciplined. Bubble Tea District says Matt Rule is too soft. We need someone that's a leader among men. Yeah, and he's honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if after this game he's gone. And then again, probably after the Atlanta game he should have been gone. But honestly, just it's bad. It's really, really bad, y'all. It's so bad. But so look at these stats. And like I said, Cam Newton, he did the best he could. I mean, 18 of 39 for 156 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. And like I said, he got sacked 4 times. And there were a handful of drives where, got sacked, was running from pressure, or the ball got batted down. So I mean, it was tough. He had his share of bad throws as well. He had a share of bad throws. I get that. But I think the pass to Willie Snead, that fourth down play, I think he should have had that, but I don't know. It was hard from the angle that I was looking at, but I felt like Snead should have had that, but Um, Bubble Tea District says, who do you personally want as our head coach if we had a choice? Eric Bieniemy. Either Eric Bieniemy or I would have gone with Kevin Stefanski. But I would love to have Eric Bieniemy. He was my first choice. I would have loved to have had him. Mamba says I would love to have a coach like Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell would probably work as well. But my first choice would have been Eric Bieniemy, hands down. I feel like he deserves that opportunity. Uh, and we also have to keep in mind the run game had 29 carries total, 4 from Amir Abdullah, 2 from Robbie Anderson, 8 from Chuba Hubbard, 15 from Cam. Cam, 15 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Chuba, 8 carries, 40 yards. Robbie Anderson had the 2 runs, 2 for 33, and Amir had 4 carries, 7 yards. So, once again, just under 30 on the run attempts, and Cam is our leading rusher. I mean, like I said, hate on Cam all you want, but when he's the leading rusher and he's the one that's getting the most of our scores, I mean, hating on Cam can only go but so far. That's all I'm saying. I don't think Snead could see over the defender. Like I said, and maybe that was the case, Mamba. I couldn't quite tell from the angle, but that could be the case. It just looked like the ball was close to him. I like Byron Leftwich as head coach. That was a name that was also mentioned as well. Um, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Let's see. In the receiving game, uh, our leading receiver was DJ Moore. Well, actually, DJ Moore had 6 receptions. He had the most receptions, but him and Amir Abdullah both had 48 yards receiving. Of course, Amir had the one touchdown through the air, so he had 1 touchdown. DJ Moore 6 receptions, 48 yards. Robbie had 3 catches, 29 yards. Uh, Zelstra 2 catches, 17 yards. Trimble had 1 catch, 8 yards. Chuba had a catch for a yard. Ian Thomas had a catch for 5 yards. All 4 targets to Amir Abdullah were completed. DJ caught 6 out of the 11. Robbie caught 3 out of the 8. Zylstra 2 out of 4. Trimble 1 out of 4. Ian Thomas 1 out of 2, and Chuba caught his one attempt. Let's see. Bubble Tea District says, I believe this is why New York didn't want Matt Rule to choose his own coaching staff when he interviewed with them. Yeah, and we're paying for it. We're paying for it. We're paying for it. It's ridiculous. But I mean, just not really a whole lot going on offense. I mean, we had the 2 scoring drives and that was great, but just a lot of miscues and just looking at the team stats. I mean, like I said, on 3rd down we were 7 of 17 on 3rd downs, and we were 1 of 5 on 4th downs. 1 of 5, which, I mean, with our kicker out, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that we had to go for it on 4th down so many times. But penalties. I'm kind of surprised. Buffalo had 8, we had 5. It felt like we had a lot more than 5 penalties. But 5 penalties costing us 55 yards, Buffalo had 8 for 67. But yeah, we only had 124 passing yards. Just yards per pass 3.0. Ugh. I just and time of possession. And the scary thing is, we had the higher time of possession. 31 minutes 25 seconds. Buffalo's time of possession was 28 minutes 35 seconds. We actually won the time of possession battle. That's crazy. That is crazy. Mamba says, Rule really needs to let these rookies know that he believes in them. That goes a long way. Yeah. Where's Terrace Marshall Jr.? Where's Sigh Smith? When are you going to throw them in there? Coaching staff, Matt Rule, Jeff Nixon, when are y'all going to throw them in there and let them play? Let them contribute. No Sigh Smith? No Terrace Marshall Jr.? What did you draft them for then? What did you draft them for? How much sense does that make? You have no problem playing Phil Hoskins, but you can't play Terrace Marshall Jr. and Sigh Smith? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You drafted Terrace Marshall Jr. in the second round, and Sigh Smith what in the fifth round, fifth or sixth round? Like what the heck? Uh, 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 um, 1 or 2 in the red zone. I mean, just first downs. We had 19 first downs, 8 of them through the air, 9 of them on the ground, and 2 of them from penalties. Just, I mean, it's bad. It's really bad. And just a lot of former Carolina Panther players on this Buffalo team. Like I said, F.E. Obata, 2 sacks. Starla Tulale had a sack. Taron Johnson had a sack. A.J. Klein had the pick at the end. I just I don't get it. Mamba says if Terrace Marshall Jr. was on the Bengals or Patriots, he would be looked at as one of the best rookies of this year. I mean, probably because he would get used. And the thing is, we haven't been using him. We haven't been using him. Even when he got off the concussion protocol and has been back and is in the lineup, dude doesn't get used. He doesn't get used. Hey, Nathan John, how's it going? Hi, Blitz. First time all year I decided not to set the alarm for 4:30 a.m. Australian time to watch the Carolina dumpster fire. Great call by me. Feels good having a solid 8 hours of sleep behind me. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're getting plenty of rest. But yeah, it's bad. I mean, I give them a little something something. They put 14 points on the board. We did get a pick. Jeremy Chan had a nice interception. I mean, he snagged that way up high. Nice interception. And we did get 4 sacks. We got to the quarterback. I will say that. Um, Hassan Reddick had half a sack. Brian Burns had a sack, and YGM, Utor Gross Matos, had 2.5 sacks. So it was good to see YGM get involved and get to the quarterback. So there was a couple of bright spots there. Jeremy Chin was the leading tackler, but yeah, just we gave up a lot of points. I mean, we gave up 31 points. Josh Allen had a field day, 19 of 34, 210 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick. Devin Singletary, 22 carries, 86 yards and a touchdown. And the Josh Allen run. The Josh Allen 26-yard run. What the heck? Brian Burns. Dude. Brian Burns, you had a wide open field chance to tackle the guy. Had your arms wrapped on him, and you let him slip away. Brian Burns, dude, I love you, but come on, man. Come on. You gotta make that tackle. You gotta make that tackle. That's fourth down. That's fourth down. You gotta make that tackle. Ugh. Interest at 0% for the remainder of the season. Yeah, I feel you. Okay, at least it wasn't a complete disaster. Still a 2-touchdown equal loss. Yeah, it's sad. Real sad. And the crazy thing is we had plenty of opportunities. We kept it close and, came back in the first, by the end of the first half, we kept it close. But offense just wasn't able to capitalize. And just defense. Defense did all they could, but then penalties costed us opportunities to get the offense back on the field. Mamba says, Terrace Marshall is actually a first-round receiver. It's just injuries that pushed his stock back, and he was overshadowed by Jamar Chase. Brian Burns has to get better at tackling. Same thing happened in the game winner of the Vikings game. Yeah, he's let some sacks get away from him and some open field tackles get away from him. And just let Josh Allen get a 26-yard run. Oh my God. That irked me. That royally irked me. But goodness gracious. I just really so many missed opportunities. Stephon Diggs, I mean, which he had 4 catches, 35 yards. I mean, he did have the touchdown on, scored on Stephon Gilmore. But I mean, for the most part, he was mostly kept in check. If anything, Gabriel Davis broke out. 5 catches, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We didn't really do that good defending Dawson Knox. 4 catches, 38 yards. Measly Beasley had 4 catches, 35 yards. I mean, they spread the ball out pretty well in this game. But yeah, it was bad. And former Carolina Panther players having their way with us. Burns also couldn't grab the football when Josh Allen fumbled. He could have ran it back for a touchdown. Oh yeah, what was it? The second or third play of the game had the strip sack. I mean, if anything, being that he usually overshoots, at the end of the day, just fall on the ball. Fumble drill. If necessary, just fall on the ball. I mean, either way, it's a turnover. Whether you can scoop it up or run or fall on it, it's still a turnover. So if anything, keep it simple. Fall on the ball. Just fall on the ball. I mean, that's fumble drill. And it's like we would have already been in Bill's territory anyway. I just it's little things, not adjusting to the tons and tons of blitzes. Like there were at least two drives where the Buffalo Bills just blitz nonstop. It's like you got to adjust to that. I mean, they're sending 6, 7, 8 guys. They're sending an extra DB going after Cam, going in unblocked. You got to adjust the blocking scheme. You got to adjust the pass protection, y'all. Coaching staff, Matt Rule, y'all got to adjust the blocking protection. There's no excuse why they should be easily able to send 7, 8 guys, and Cam is getting flustered. Nathan John says, I wish we had kept Sean McDermott somehow. I would have loved to have kept him. He was a great defensive coordinator for us. Awesome. One of the best defensive coordinators that we've had in the franchise. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't get it. 1 second. 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. You may have to refresh, just in case. May have to refresh the stream, but anyway, still here. But I would have loved to have kept Sean McDermott, indeed. But realistically, just I mean, I knew this was going to be a tough game, but we had some opportunities. We really did in this game. Not to mention, Josh Allen wasn't even 100%. But I think a big blow, not having our kicker, Zane, going down with the quad injury in pregame warmups really hurt. That really hurt our chances to put points on the board. Because we could have had more points, being that we were able to get to Bills territory at least a handful of times. So, not having Zane definitely hurt. And we have to also think, we don't know how serious the injury is as well. I mean, Zane could be out possibly the next game. Hey, what's up, Certified Wrestling Podcast? Good to see you. But who knows how long Zane could be out? And Zane has been reliable. Well, I think they said he's hit 17 straight field goals since we got him. So Zane's been reliable. So that's really going to hurt him possibly missing the next game. So I don't know. This game was frustrating. I mean, we had opportunities, made some decent play calls, and then the play calling just got really bad. Like a 4th and 1, and you call a wide receiver screen when you have Cam Newton, who could just take it right up the middle, quarterback sneak, and you throw a freaking wide receiver screen. That makes no sense to me. Just the play calling still inconsistent. The protection, the O-line. Like I said, Cam Irving sucks. Cam Irving is straight trash. If I have to say any specific pickup this year that was a clear 1,000,000% bust, it's Cam Irving. I can't even hate on Pat Elflein because when we moved him to center, he actually played better. But Cam Irving We gotta let him go. He is trash. He's trash. He's a liability. He's a liability. This season's a wash. Don't matter. Keep the losses coming. Top 5 pick within reach now. I mean, I'll say this, Nathan John. I get your point, but fans also like wins. I like wins. So maybe by the book it might not matter, but as fans, I mean, we like to see wins. And we haven't had a win in a while. You know what I mean? I like to see us win games. I mean, you play to win games. You know what I mean? So, I'm not going to say I disagree with you, but I like wins. I like wins. I watched with the hopes of us winning, regardless of how the record turns out. But that's just me. I can only speak for myself. Um, Irving was our first pickup in free agency. Was he our first? Was he our first? Hold up. I thought he was like our second or third. I thought he was like our second or third. Speaks of how stupid we are. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Not to mention he was coming off of what was it? It was some sort of previous bad injury. What was it? A leg injury or something like that? When he was with Dallas, he suffered a really bad leg injury, I think, that ended his season. But yeah, like but yeah, it was just hold on. Oh, sorry about that. Had to refresh. But he was our first. F line was second. Oh, okay. I'll take it. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take your word for it. Uh, Told you when we picked up Irving, he was 51st of 53rd qualifying tackles by PFF last season. We decided to roll with that at LT. But didn't he have some sort of season-ending injury though? I thought he had some sort of season-ending injury. Do you perhaps remember what it was? Or I might here. Let me look it up. Ah, here it is. Sprained knee. Sprained knee that ended his season. Um, because it put him on a second IR. Okay, that's what it was. He sprained his knee and was put on IR a second time, and that ended his season in Dallas. Okay, I knew it was something. I knew it was something like that. But yeah, so I mean, we it was definitely a big, gigantic risk taken going with Cam Irving. But yeah, that's really. I mean, honestly, y'all, there's really not much to say. I mean, just so many things. Gave up 4 sacks. I mean, Cam struggled. I mean, Cam scored twice, but he threw a pick at the end, which I mean, like I said, the pick at the end was just a free Christmas gift for AJ Klein. I'm gonna just call it like I see it. That pick was a Christmas gift for AJ Klein. Hey, AJ Klein, I remember you. You used to play on our defense. Good to see you again. Here's a free interception. That's how I call that. And like I said, we did get pressure. I mean, we got to the quarterback 4 times. We sacked Josh Allen 4 times. Um, so I'm not gonna say the D line didn't do their part, but just there were a handful of key plays that we really missed out on. And like I said, Jeremy Chin getting the interception was really good, able to capitalize and score on the drive from that. But I mean, that's just there really wasn't a whole lot of positive. I mean, I give it up to the team. I mean, they kept fighting as best as they could, and they didn't bench Cam or kept QB swapping and such. I don't remember that. I know he filled in for Tyson Smith at LT for a good portion of the season. Yeah, yeah, I looked it up. If you go to his article on ESPN, if you go to Cam Irving, it's actually one of the first things that's in his clips is him going on IR for the second time. Dude walks around training camp all the time. He's almost as bad as Robert Okung. Uh, I thought the main thing with Robert Okung was that he just couldn't stay healthy. But when he played, I felt like he did all right when he played. At least when he played with Seattle, I thought. But I felt like he just couldn't stay healthy. But then again, he was dealing with some sort of like heart condition. I forgot what it was, but it was some sort of heart condition that he was dealing with. But but I mean, yeah, kudos to YGM for getting 2.5 sacks. I thought that was good to see him show up more. Um, and like I said, Jeremy Chin got the interception. That was really nice. Amir Abdullah, he got in some good work in the passing game, and on the kickoff returns. But yeah, Amir Abdullah 4 catches, 48 yards, and he had the receiving touchdown. So I mean, Amir Abdullah he did what he could. And not only that, I'm not sure if Chuba Hubbard got hurt or what, but there it got to a point where we just went with Amir Abdullah, I think for the rest of the game in the fourth quarter, and we didn't see Chuba much anymore. Um, Mamba says at least Cameron Irving isn't as bad as Byron Bell. Ooh, that's a toss up. That's a toss up actually. That's a toss up. Honestly, they might be even. They might be even. Hey Super Trebo, what's up? Do you think Matt Rule will survive until 2022, Jason? Looking bad for him right now. Honestly, I mean, it was kind of surprising how on the bye Joe Brady was fired during the bye. So I mean, honestly, it's not really looking like I'm not confident we'll win another game the rest of the season, and it's starting to really look that way. I mean, for crying out loud, we have the Bucks next. We have the Bucks next, and this is our last home game of the season. So, honestly, it could happen, Super Trebo. It could happen. It could definitely happen. So, whew, man. It definitely doesn't look good for him. And during the post game conference, he looked clueless. A lot of babbling, stuttering. He looked clueless. I mean, okay, so he didn't look high like Adam Gase, but he looks clueless. So I just so now it's down to the last three games of Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Tampa Bay. It's bad, y'all. It's really, really bad. But like I said, there's really not a whole lot more I can say about this game. I mean, it was obvious the 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 areas of struggle, and we're already going into this game at a disadvantage, especially with no Zane and going up against a much stronger team who is very familiar with us, being that it's Coach Sean McDermott. I'm just really disappointed in some of the play calling. I'm disappointed in the lack of use of certain personnel. Like we saw no Terrace Marshall, no Shi Smith. It makes no sense why you would draft them if you're not going to use them. Because they're not hurt. They're not hurt. It makes no sense to draft these players if you're not going to use them. And we have yet to see barely a bit of Terrace Marshall Jr. and Shi Smith this season. It makes no sense to me. I mean, at least we're seeing Phil Hoskins in the lineup, but it's like, dang, two wide receivers we drafted in the draft, and we're not even using them. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Not adjusting the protection on the O line when Buffalo is blitzing nonstop. This coaching staff's got to go. This coaching staff has got to go. They don't know what they're doing. Matt Rule don't know what he's doing. Jeff Nixon is his best friend, his best bro. Isn't any better than Joe Brady, that's for sure. And Phil Snow, I mean, we can't keep giving him passes. I think we've given him enough passes. I mean, it's a good chance he could survive, but we can't keep giving him passes. Um, that DJ Moore catch was extremely special. If D Hop made a catch like that, it would have broken the internet. Yeah, yeah, he had a good catch, and shoot, even Jeremy Chin, his interception, he went up pretty high for that interception. So Jeremy Chin, he did his thing too. And once again, now DJ Moore is definitely right, almost about to get 1,000 yards receiving, and doesn't really have a lot to show for it. It's sad. I mean, kudos on him for getting that, or he's gonna get it the next game. As long as he plays the next game, he's gonna get it. But DJ Moore is gonna have another 1,000 yard receiving season with nothing to show for it. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Mamba says Jeff Nixon is better than Joe Brady, but not by much. Perhaps, but like you said, not by much. But and just and the sad thing is Buffalo had so many penalties by their offensive lineman Spencer Brown. So many penalties. I think almost all of their penalties today were from Spencer Brown, and we still couldn't even take advantage. But like I said, we had dumb penalties today. The Bravion Roy unnecessary roughness, the Brian Burns roughing the passer, just dumb penalties. And Stephon Gilmore even had a neutral zone infraction. 12 men on the field. Daquan Jones couldn't get off the field in time. Just dumb penalties. Uh, our Priester, what's up? Cam played well. Yeah, Cam did the best he could. Cam did the best he could. I mean, he was running from pressure. Like I said, got a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown and was the leading rusher. Like I said, the main bad thing was he had a few inaccurate throws and he gave away a free interception at the end of the game. So, free interception to AJ Klein. But yeah, I'd say Cam did all right. I mean, he did the best he could. You know, it doesn't help that he got sacked 4 times, but he did the best he could. Mamba says we should have picked on the Bills' backup corner. Him and DJ were on an island together. I mean, yeah. But then, you know, I would have loved to seen us throw deep more, but because of our O line, we don't get the time to. We don't get the time to. So it was just bad. It was just really bad. No time for Cam, especially getting bombarded by dang on DBs and linebackers coming in unblocked. You know, tipping away passes. And like I said, Brandon Zylstra had no business kicking when you have Lachlan Edwards, who's a punter, who could have done the kicking. I mean, come on. Like, that's common sense would have said, you know, if your kicker's down but you still have your punter, that your punter would be the next man up. So, I don't get it. I don't get it. Just this coaching staff and the way we utilize our players, just we don't use our players to the best of their abilities. Because if we would have seen Terrace Marshall and Shi Smith out there. But no. Chuba Hubbard dropping handoffs. Chuba, he's starting to make some rookie mistakes. But still don't think we're running the ball quite enough. But once again, Cam Newton with 15 carries, 71 yards, and the touchdown, he's our leading rusher. Realistically, he has no business being our leading rusher. Any updates on Zane? Let me see. Let me see. So it's a right quad injury. Um, no no other specific updates on Zane. so far. Oh, well, actually, Shi Smith was inactive today. Oh, well, I just answered my own question. Shi Smith was inactive. I don't know why he was inactive. But yeah, apparently, Shi Smith, AJ Bouye, which I knew, Kamal Martin, Deontay Brown, Trent Scott, and Daryl Johnson were all inactive today. So I had no idea Shi Smith was inactive. I don't know what the heck he's dealing with. But no other updates on Zane. There is one thing I do want to share that was pointed out by ESPN writer David Newton. He posted on the Panthers page. It says, check this out. It says the big question for the Panthers after Sunday's 31 to 14 loss at Buffalo is quarterback Sam Darnold. Will Sam Darnold play in the last 3 games? If cleared medically on Monday, it may be time. Cam Newton did all he could against Buffalo, but he's 0-4 as the starter this year and has lost 12 straight at Carolina going back to 2018. He also has 5 turnovers in the last 3 games. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think? What do y'all think of that? Um, let's see. Our priester says the coach costs 15 yards after the 4th stop. Uh, the 4th stop. Which particular play, our priester, if you remember? Can you be a little more specific? Uh, Mamba says Josh Lambo is available. Maybe we can pick him up. Uh, Josh Lambo. I mean, I don't know, y'all. What are your thoughts? I mean, might as well. I mean, he's on the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad, or that was where he was. But I mean, Josh Lambo. I mean, heck, he has an 87.1 field goal percentage. I mean, I don't see why not, Mamba. Josh Lambo, I don't see why not. Um, our secondary did really well. It was just really good throws by Josh Allen. I mean, like I said, secondary they did what they could. I mean, we got at least 5 3 and outs. So I mean, we did get off the field a handful of times in this game. Um, when they were on the sideline and no on Sam. Uh oh, I got you. I got you. I know what you're talking about now. Uh yeah, like I know a lot of people are so quick to be like, well, 0 and 12 with Cam Newton. 0 and 12 with Cam Newton. I mean, we all also have to remember the Washington football team game. I mean, he played well that game. He didn't have a single turnover in that game. But yet the defense fell apart. So is that Cam's fault? I mean, statistically he may be 0 and 12, but we can't put all of these losses on Cam. We can't. We can't put all of these losses solely on Cam. That just makes no sense. It's a team sport. It's a team sport. But yeah, I'm just under the assumption that it's possible that we could be without Zane Gonzalez for the next game. It's possible. Our Priester says keeping Cam, prepping him for next season, and draft O line, but no on Sam Darnold. Well, There's a couple of things with Cam. I mean, one, Cam would be getting a full off season with one specific team. Secondly, I mean, it might be true that Cam Newton's arm might be shot. I can't say confidently for sure because like I said, we really don't get much time to throw a deep ball. But some say Cam Newton's arm might be shot. But I think at the end of the day, regardless of what quarterback we have, until we fix that O line, it's going to be the same results. So we really got to zone in on fixing the O line. It's a must. We have to fix the O line. That's number one priority. I mean, when we're seeing blitz after blitz getting stifled from the pressure and eating sacks, O line's a big problem. And today was nothing short of that. But yeah, we really. And like I said, y'all, only 3 games left. One more home game and 2 away games. Bucks, Saints, Bucks. And that's it, y'all. That's it. And honestly, it would not surprise me one bit if we ended up finishing 5-12. And if Matt Rule, even if he makes it to the end of the season, if Matt Rule doesn't get let go with a 5-12 record, then something is wrong. Something's something's wrong. Something is wrong. It wouldn't make any sense to me. So yeah. Anyway, uh, those watching, do y'all have any specific thoughts from this game? Any particular things that stood out to you about this game y'all want to address or bring up? By all means, do share. But I really don't have a whole lot more to say about this game. I mean, I give the team credit. They kept fighting. I will say that. I felt like that was there, but I just wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough. Our priester says I don't know about arm being shot. He was throwing and only runs the plays the play caller says. I mean, he did have some inaccurate throws though. He did have some. I'm not gonna say there were a lot of them, but he had some. Mamba says I say draft, trade back, draft offensive line, and draft Desmond Riddler in the second round. Uh, Here's the thing. I think the first round we need to go with the best O lineman that we can grab, and I don't think we will get that from trading back. Personally, I don't think we will end up getting that from trading back. I hope I'm wrong, but I have that feeling. If anything, if anything, some way somehow trying to figure out how we can get a second and third round pick, I think should be a priority. We need to figure out how we can get a second and a third round pick. Because I really don't think sacrificing our first round pick, in a trade back attempt, I don't think that's smart. I don't think that's smart. Kevin McFarland says our run game was good at first, but then they got going and less penalties. Yeah, I mean we had a little bit of success in the run game, but at the same time Cam Newton was our leading rusher, and that's not really a good thing. When the quarterback is the leading rusher over your running backs, that's not a good look. I mean, yeah, they got theirs. Cam Newton got his. Like I said, he got a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. But you don't want typically your quarterback to have more rushing yards than your running backs. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, that DJ Moore deep ball was terrible. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. It could have been thrown better, but yeah, I agree. Our Priester says midseason pickup accounted for that pass, or accounted for that. Plus, he was getting pressured. Oh yeah, like the pressure definitely doesn't help, and that's on the O line. That's on the O line. You know, and that's something that he's been dealing with, since he got here, for sure. But at the same time, let's keep it real. Cam Newton has not been known for his accuracy in his NFL career. He's not known for his accuracy. So, I mean, I get it, but he hasn't been known for his accuracy. I mean, I give him credit. His completion percentage definitely went up when he started working with North Turner, but accuracy for the longest time hasn't really been Cam's strong suit. Well, San Francisco's beaten up a little bit on Atlanta, 17-10. And Kansas City won, and the Colts beat the Patriots. Just looking at some other scores. Uh the Lions. The Lions put up 30 points against the Cardinals? Wow. Dang, so the Lions beat the Cardinals. That's crazy. Houston beat Jacksonville. The Giants lost. Pittsburgh looks like they got back on track, beating Tennessee. Miami beat the Jets. Wow. The Lions showing up. That's what's up. I can dig it. But yeah, this was rough. But I'll say this. This was rough but not too surprising because we don't have any consistency. We have no consistency. But we'll have to take a look and see what we have going into this final game, this final home game, week 16. It's our final home game of the season against the Buccaneers, and just whew, yeah, it's gonna be tough, and I don't see us winning. I'm not even confident we win the rest of these games. I am not confident at all. And with this loss, this moves us to the well, we're still at the bottom in the NFC South, of course, but now we're bumped down to the 13th seed. But realistically, there's playoffs is out of the picture. I'm sure that statistically by the end of this week, once all the games finish playing, I'm pretty sure that'll statistically show that they're eliminated from playoff contention. So just get ready for it. That's all I can say to y'all. Is just get ready for it. Just get ready. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. Ah, goodness gracious. But we return back at home to take on the Buccaneers next game for the last home game of the season. We've only won twice at home, so I don't know. But anyway, hey, what's up, Mr. Gemini? Same old Panthers every week. And what's up? What's good? Yeah. I mean, I give them credit. They tried. I guess they tried. Put up 14 points, but, you know. And that's with no kicker. With no kicker. Because Zane got hurt. So, I mean, hey. But, yeah. I just really feel like I'm just getting ready for potentially a 5-12 season. And the only thing that might help our chances of not getting 5-12 is if the Bucks seal the deal and make it win the division to the point where they can rest their starters, and then we might have a chance. Then we might have a chance. But honestly, I think it's going to end up being 5-12. I'm just not convinced that this team can win another game. What do you think about the refs? Um, I mean, honestly, both teams had their share of penalties. I just felt like we made some really dumb calls, like the unsportsmanlike conduct on the sideline from Bravion Roy. That was just dumb. The roughing the passer from Brian Burns just was really bad. Stephon Gilmore on the neutral zone infraction. That's not like him. But I mean, Buffalo had so many penalties on their offensive lineman Spencer Brown. I mean, we had the opportunities. Our priester says could have used our punter on fourth down plays. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I would have thought the next man up would be Lachlan Edwards, but nah. Coach got Reggie Bonifant and Frankie Louvu and Brandon Zylstra out there attempting kicks and kickoffs and stuff like that. I'm like, what about your punter? Duh. What about your punter? Super Trebo says at best 6-12. Yeah, like I said, if we get one of those games where like the Bucks rest their starters, maybe. Um, Mr. Gemini says, "What was Cam looking at on that last interception? I don't understand. He threw right to the defender. Free Christmas gift for AJ Klein. That's how I look at it. Here's a free gift, free Christmas gift. Because I mean, when you think about it, once they had that touchdown on the fourth down play, that was pretty much it. Once they made it 31-14, that was pretty much it. If anything, just a garbage Christmas interception for former Carolina Panther linebacker AJ Klein. That's really all I see. I don't know what Cam was looking for, but we're gonna lose anyway. Here's a free interception. That's all I can really say. I mean, I don't know. I just really it's frustrating. It's really really frustrating. And Matt Rule doesn't look like he know what to say or what he's doing, and just I feel like the losses are going to keep piling up. I feel like the losses are just going to keep piling up. Three more to go. 3 more to go. So, yeah. I just let me look at the tankathon right quick. See, I don't think this sets us back too far. So we bumped up to the number 7 pick. As of now, we got bumped up to the number 7th pick in the first round. So we're at number 7 right now. Main thing is we got to figure out a way to trade and get back the second round and third round that we lost. We need those picks back. Matt Rule always looks confused. Yeah. Oh yeah. But I guess it's better than him looking high like Adam Gase. But and I'll also say one more time because I saw a whole lot of this in the chat during the Panthers press post game conference. To all those out there that keep talking trade CMC, stop! We cannot trade CMC. That's a $26 million dead cap hit. It's not a good idea. That's too much money in dead cap. We trading CMC is not a good idea. I can't stress that enough. That is too much dead cap. Like I saw so much of that in the live chat and the YouTube chat for that Panthers post game conference on their YouTube page. It's like so many people talking trade CMC, trade CMC. No, we will eat a big dead cap hit. It's not smart. But I don't know, y'all. It's really it's looking rough. It's looking rough, and I'm very curious to see what happens with Matt Rule this week. See if Dave Tepper does anything. Scott Fitterer, like I just something. How do you think the offensive play calling was today? I feel like it's the same. There were some bright spots, but then it just fell flat. Like calling a wide receiver screen on 4th and 1 was stupid. When you have Cam Newton that can easily get you that 1 yard on just a quarterback sneak. I mean, we actually did one later in the game anyway to convert a 4th down. Why didn't we do that the first time? Why are you calling a wide receiver screen on 4th and 1? I mean, the play calling, I mean, just it's not consistent. And the play calling hasn't been consistent. We're still not running the ball enough. I mean, we only ran the ball 29 times. We're still not running the ball enough. So I mean, there's so much about this offense that needs a lot of work. Oh, bleeding Carolina blue. Oh my brother, my phone went bad on me. Oh, I got you. I got you. It's all cool. Thanks for letting me know. It's all good. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, I'm actually about to get off here in a little bit because I got an engagement to get ready for. But dude, Mr. Carolina. So Shy Smith was inactive. He was inactive, but still, we still didn't see any Terrace Marshall Jr. at all. And like I said, Zane Gonzalez not being there hurt us. And just I mean, we did get pressure. We did get pressure on the quarterback. I will say that. We did get plenty we got a decent amount of pressure on the quarterback. Sorry couldn't be there today. It's all good. It's all good. That's why there will be more opportunities, bro. It's all good. There'll be more opportunities. Um yeah, Cam had just over 100 yards passing. Um yeah, Cam Newton did the best he could. I mean, he did the best he could. And the one pass got picked off. Yeah. I just I don't know. Like not shifting the protection on repeated blitzes. And like I said, players that me and Mr. Carolina mentioned, Effie Obata, 2 sacks. Starla Tulale had a sack. AJ Klein had the interception. um Mr. Gemini says, I like Zylstra. He makes plays here and there. Yeah, he shouldn't have been kicking, but yeah. As a matter of fact, he caught a really nice pass, a really nice high pass on one of the drives. But just oh man, just the decision making and not to mention Cam Newton had a bloody elbow, came up with a bloody elbow, and that's what I'm saying, man. This O line, if we don't fix this O line, it's gonna be worse than a bloody elbow. And Cam Irving has got to go. Why did we even get Cam Irving? Oh my God, Cam Irving was trash. Cam Irving was trash. Why we're not making a switch and putting Brady Christensen at left tackle, who hasn't given up a sack when he plays left tackle? But yet, nah, we got to stick with Cam Irving. We got to stick with Cam Irving. He's our starter. We got to stick with Cam Irving. But yet, Brady Christensen hasn't given up a sack when he plays left tackle. His natural position that he played in college. Somebody make it make sense to me. Somebody, please, make it make sense to me. This coaching staff's got to go. This coaching staff's got to go. They don't know what they're doing. We don't know what we're doing. It's crazy. Oh my lord. But yeah, I don't. Like I said, We might be lucky and we can get a game where uh, one of the teams rests their starters and we can get a victory, but honestly, it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. Whew. Goodness gracious. Well, once again, Buffalo Bills beat the Carolina Panthers in Orchard Park by a final score of 31-14. And like I said, you know Sean McDermott and all those former Carolina Panther players are like, that's what Sean McDermott and those Carolina players, that's how they felt. And they got plenty to eat today. And like I said, let me read this article again. Let me read this article again. David Newton. And I quote, David Newton says the big question for the Panthers after Sunday's 31-14 loss at Buffalo is, will quarterback Sam Darnold play in the last 3 games? If cleared medically on Monday, it may be time. Cam Newton did all he could against Buffalo, but he's 0-4 as the starter this year and has lost 12 straight at Carolina going back to 2018. He also has 5 turnovers in the last 3 games. So as crazy as it sounds, y'all, it sounds like, we'll see, but it could be very possible that they might activate and throw Sam Darnold back in there to perhaps finish these last 3 games. It's a possibility. As much as I hate to say that, it looks like it might be a possibility. But you know what? It could be a good thing or a bad thing, because say they put Sam Darnold in there and we happen to win, then everybody's going to be like, "See, we never should have went with Cam. We never should have went with Cam." Because you got plenty of folks out there that look forward to Cam failing, but yet are nowhere to be found when he's successful. So, I mean, I know what I see. There's no reason to. We are not making the playoffs. Oh, we're definitely not making the playoffs. Oh, for sure. No, we're definitely not making the playoffs. That's out the window. That pretty much was out the window after the Falcons lost. Even if statistically we're still in it, yeah, we're not making the playoffs. We're definitely not making the playoffs. No way, man. No way, man. But anyway, yeah. Nasty loss. And now we are 5-9. 5-9. Going back home for the final home game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Something kind of makes me wonder how many folks will even show up for this last home game of the season for Carolina. Watch it be a whole sea of red. There's probably going to be a whole sea of red at Bank of America Stadium next Sunday. It would not surprise me. Mr. Gemini says we don't deserve to make the playoffs. Facts. Facts. So, well, yeah. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. But anyway, I guess we'll see how this week goes. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And I'll just say this. Everybody try to enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy your holiday. And just embrace it. Because we probably won't win on Sunday. So just focus on enjoying your holiday and just embrace that and soak all that in. And just have fun. Have fun, enjoy yourselves. Uh, keep pounding. Mr. Gemini says, and they have no idea what to do with the quarterback position. Facts. Facts. No idea, clueless. So, anyway, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, with this edition of Carolina Panthers Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. Keep pounding. Hope everybody has a blessed day and a blessed week. Merry Christmas. See y'all soon. God bless.